for the first time in my life, I articulated what it was my father had given me. And that was freedom. I didn't need the New York Times to tell me who I was. I knew who I was. I was my father's son. And in the Christian faith, we call that resurrection. And that is the power of resistance, which perhaps even my father didn't see. And it will always be there, and those acts of resistance are what Father Daniel Berrigan told me when he defined faith as the good the belief that the good draws to it the good, even if all the empirical evidence around us says otherwise. The Buddhists call it karma. But I've seen rebellion, Eastern Europe. I was speaking at dinner about watching the Velvet Revolution. I was every night in the Magic Lantern Theater with Václav Havel and Dinsbeer and all the people who would inherit the government. And the walls of Prague that winter were filled with posters of the Charles University student Jan Palach, who, to protest the Soviet invasion in 1968, had gone to Wenceslas Square and lit himself on fire and died 4 days later from his burns. His funeral, which was a non-event, was never covered by the state media, was broken up by the police when his grave became a shrine. His body was exhumed, cremated, his ashes were given to his mother, and she was told she was not allowed to rebury them. And 2 weeks after the communist government fell, 10,000 people marched to Red Army Square and renamed it Jan Palach Square. I was in Wenceslas Square when Marta Kubashova, the great singer who had sung the anthem of defiance, a prayer for Marta that was broadcast out over the airwaves in 1968. And after the imposition of the Soviet-backed government, her recording stock was destroyed. She spent the intervening years working on an assembly line in a toy factory. She was banned from the airwaves. There were 500,000 people in Wenceslas Square that night. It was snowing when she walked out on that balcony and began to sing the prayer for Marta, and every Czech in that crowd knew every word. That is the power of resistance, the moral power of resistance. That even for all those people you think are asleep, somewhere, hear it.